Hello, this is Eric of Not Bio Studio, and I'm here today with the Sennheiser MKE Essential microphone. So this particular wired lavalier, why would you want to get this one over some other sort of microphone? Right now you're actually hearing it. Studio. The Sennheiser MKE Essential wired lavalier. What really makes this any better than any other lavalier? Is it the fact it's thicker cable than a standard lavalier? Maybe. That might have something to do with it. Durability? Sure. A bunch of small little clips everywhere that it comes with accessory-wise. And what do they do? Well, we'll find out in a moment. Or is it the fact that the foam is really thick and can be used in some windy areas? Here we got a clip. Metal. There's no plastic involved, which is a bonus. So we have this clip that opens up like so. But then we can clip this clip to this for a microphone. But if that's not the right way around, for us, we can now flip it the other way around. For mounting, what I normally do is start with this part of the clip and put it in our groove right here. So that little tiny piece, which then can go inside our squares right here. The direction around that works for you is going to be based on how you want to mount it. So if I want to mount it the way I showed starting this video, I'll put it like this so I can put it in my jacket sideways or my sleeve or whatever. Or I can simply set it the other way around. And again, I can mount it a different way around. Now, what's the point of this bottom part? The point here is to make a broadcast type loop with the included accessory of what it has. The audio where I introduced the video, I recorded through my Zoom F3. That's pretty much how I record everything. I can use this accessory plus this with my 48 volts phantom power, and then I got mic power, and I clip here to this. And that allows me to record 32-bit float. Means I can lift the audio, not get audio hiss, and that's simple. One thing I must point out right away is this won't work great with all devices. The DJI Mic, expect a hissy mess if it works at all, and it will not clip in all the way, I guarantee that. Also, the Rode Wireless Go tends not to have the best sound with non-sensitive lavaliers. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it will be good. I'll be testing with different devices so we can hear the audio for ourselves using different devices such as the DD Pocket Wireless, the X5, the Saramonic, even the Kimafun microphone system, among many others. Now let's get on to testing. We're going to test with the keyboard. We're going to test outside. We're going to test in a place of high reverb. Now let's get down to it. The test I'm going to be doing now is what I call presence, to see how close or far away I sound, if I sound more close and right against the microphone with this foamy thing on versus off, or just plosive to heck or not. Let's do a quick test. Mic test 1 2 3, mic test 1 2 3, mic test 1 2 3, mic test 1 2 3. How am I coming through without the foamy thing? This foam thing is really thick and I don't know if it affects the presence of sound. When it comes to lavalier systems, the X5 U5 has more gain than any other lavalier system I know of. But let's put it to 0. So now I'm 0 dB on my microphone and 0 dB on my receiver, and I can go even louder. That's the amazing thing about the X5 U5, but I don't know if it's going to create a lot of hiss with a very non-sensitive microphone. But in fact, I'm also wondering if I'm getting plosiving or anything else without the foam on. So let's do a mic test right now using my X5 and this particular lavalier right here. So mic test 1 2 3. 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 How am I coming through with the foam on versus the foam off? No matter if it's a lavalier or not. Speaking up close like this, I'm trying not to speak too loud because the volume level of me speaking is going to go much higher. So how am I coming through speaking up close like this? I'm probably getting a lot more mouth sounds and yeah, than I would down here. So I'll put it back here for your pleasure. I choose the DD Pocket Wireless is not because it's great with everything. The built-in mic is kind of eh, and the lavalier comes with is kind of eh so as well. But it tends to work pretty good with lavalier mics, and that is what makes it special. Or it also works good for powering on the NTG and other microphones and making them wireless. I hate to say this, but if this is coming through decent, if it is, this is insane. If it is. We are listening to the Sennheiser MKE Essential omnidirectional microphone. It doesn't work great with anything in particular. And if I speak really close, I'm sure this sounds really amazing, as long as this is not getting too hissy because I have the volume on max. Right now I'm using the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro X. How am I coming through? And if we notice, we have a gap here. We can't install it all the way. However, the audio does seem to be decent. I didn't expect that because when I did plug it at one point in time, it didn't sound very good at all. And generally, I don't believe this will even work, or it really won't work good from what I heard with the DJI Mic. And I don't think it'll be much better with the Rode Wireless Go. Right now, the receiver and the transmitter are at max volume. And just for a state of comparison with other lavaliers, we are speaking to you on the Rode Lavalier 2 at about the same distance away. Now let's switch back to the Zoom and go outside and see how this works. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, right now we are hearing the audio from my Sennheiser, which is only with the foamy thing on. So we're probably hearing some wind noise. It is a windy day today, but the point is to hear how it sounds outside. If we decide to hold this or hide this in our shirt, we definitely can avoid more of that wind noise. Here is a capsule, unprotected from the wind right now. The little furry thing is off, but yeah. I would not want to subject this to you because this is too much noise. But yeah, that's how we hide our thing here, our little microphone. We don't use a foamy thing because it rubs against clothes. But yeah, this is my test outside. I don't know if we can hear the birds or hear the traffic or not. First test outside. How am I coming through? Right now we're recording with the Zoom F3. How am I coming through? What I recommend is having the microphone very close to you so you get the best audio possible. Now I want to check rejection. What happens if you're typing on a membrane keyboard? Membrane keyboards are not very loud. They're a little bit clicky. This particular one. This is the MX keys from Logitech. Let's try a mechanical keyboard. Here I have an editor keyboard. Let's see how that sounds. And this is a mechanical clicky keyboard. I would expect it would reject some of the sound because this is not a very sensitive microphone. But I don't know until I play this back. Now let's go out in the hallway and check out the sound of reverb. Does it reject any of the sound? I'll comment on that after we play that footage. Right now I'm speaking to you in a sound treated room. We're going to go to a place with a lot of reverberation and reverb of the sound. We are now entering an area that has a lot of reverb. I don't know how I'm coming through or how much is coming through on the microphone. And right here is a great point for testing lots of reverb in the sound. Let's keep going. And we're going to go outside. Hopefully it's not too windy so we can test a normal day. Not a day where it's insane in terms of noise outside. It's still breezy. Just heard the door just knock off the side. It's raining a bit. But it might be a little more reasonable, hopefully. So this is probably what I call an average day for most places. This place doesn't get too much wind, but it is breezy today. And if I really wanted to get rid of that sound, I really have to bury this in some sort of material that's going to be beyond this foam. The foam itself is pretty thick. I'm not expecting too much wind now because not too much breeze. How am I coming through with this particular lavalier being up close? It says 25 centimeters, but honestly, if I was 25 centimeters away from me in terms of sound, I don't think I'd be as clear even if I raise the volume. So right now, let's see how I'm speaking. I'm gonna raise the volume once I lower this. So we have it about even. So listen to me right now. Mic test, 1, 2, 3, mic test, 1, 2, 3. Mic test, 1, 2, 3, mic test, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? High-pitched sounds, hold deep, deep sounds. Yeah. So, should you get it? Durability? Yeah, nice option. Off the close, nice option. It all depends if you're looking for something that you can use and have a decent device with a lot of gain, because this requires a lot of volume on the part of your device. It's less likely to wrap up. This material doesn't flop around and get tangled up like most cheaper lavalier systems. However, you need a lot of gain, so you have to be picky on the system you use. You may want a professional system with this semi-professional lavalier. Now the choice is yours. I paid for this myself. So if you want to help this channel grow, please consider subscribing. Check out my other videos on NotBIOS. And if you're already subscribed, thank you very much. You are awesome. Have yourselves a most wonderful day.